I just want to say thank you for being a guest on my talk show.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
Now, for people.
Nice to be here.
Oh, absolutely. It's an honor and a privilege to have you on the show. Now, for people who want to know what uncensored is my way of showing people that even with a learning disability, I can still overcome controversy and reach my goals in life. At the same time, I'm able to turn myself into a perfect example for people out there. That's all I understand. Catch my breath.
No, go ahead.
I'm able to turn myself into a perfect example for people out there dealing with any types of disabilities or learning disabilities. But you should never give up or have people label you. And you should prove to them you can still mount to something no matter what. So if this is a half hour of your time, you can say anything you want. And starting off, well, what can you tell us about yourself?
Um, well, I consider myself to be, I guess, an artist above everything else. I'm a student. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in liberal arts with a focus on philosophy. I should be graduating from Purchase College in uh, probably the spring of 2017. Um, I enjoy painting, drawing, playing the guitar. Actually, I play a variety of musical instruments, including the piano. Um, I just got a violin a little while ago, and I'm planning on learning to play that a little bit better. I don't really know very much about it, but it's on the. Um, I I love reading. I'm an avid reader. I feel like I've been in a little bit of a rut lately. I haven't really been expressing myself creatively as much as I'd like to. I mean, I have struggled a little bit with depression, and I think that I've been a little bit more depressed lately than I have in the past, and that's something I'm trying to overcome right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm going to ask you a couple easy questions and then a couple hard hitting ones, then I'm going to pass the show over to you. But actually, I want to do something different. I'm going to pass the show over to you, put you in the driver's seat. So you can ask me anything you want, gloves off. You can ask me anything hard hitting, personal, whatever. This is your time, whatever you want to talk about.
Well, you said that you started this show because you wanted to prove to the world that despite your disabilities, that you could overcome that and do whatever you wanted with your life. Could you tell me what exactly your disability is?
I'm pretty much like you, only I learn at a scale back. And I know that's hard to explain, but trying to find words for it. Give you a perfect example. You would get this book, and you say, okay, oh, like, I do an impression of a teacher. All right, class, today in history, we're gonna learn about this book, and you're gonna read chapter 1 through 50.
7. Okay.
And you would be like, okay, no problem. But for me, it's gotta go over my head, number one. I don't learn like that. If I read something, it's gotta go in one ear and out the other. I'm gonna waste my own time. And I learn more. It's like someone said, here's a book. We're gonna go page by page, and we're gonna do it about 3-4 times until you're able to remember it, to memorize it, and until it sinks in. Then we know we did our job. But that's how I learn. I learn at a slower pace. People say I'm retarded. I guess it's not really a compliment, but hey,
Well, you don't seem retarded to me. You seem very much together.
I appreciate it. And
You're welcome.
it's just I learn at a slower pace, and there's a lot of other things. I have social anxiety, I have ADD, ADHD. My social skills suck. Um, you know, just along other things. But I'm just proving a point. Hey, I was labeled this, labeled this, label this, label that, and I'm just trying to prove all that that's BS. It's like, hey, I can't drive, I can't go to college, I can't do this or that, or do what you're doing. But I would like to amount to something and enjoy life, and just prove people that labels don't mean anything.
Well, it's true to a certain degree, I suppose. Sometimes there are social bars on people, you know? I mean, I've had a lot of experience with that. I don't know how much I would want to go into my, like, personal life, even on a uncensored talk show. I mean, I have plenty of skeletons in the closet. I
Well,
mean, I guess I can say whatever I want, but I don't have to say anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you're on the perfect example of what is uncensored. Uncensored people say, "Oh, you gotta show girls or boobs, or you gotta say the F word, you gotta say this, you gotta say that." That's completely up to you. This is your time, whatever you want to do. Number one, but I picked uncensored because it's freedom of speech, freedom of self-expression, and you can relax, do anything you want to feel comfortable. This is your time to express yourself, and you're just making a new friend out of it. It's not like anything hard hitting. It's I am gonna ask you hard hitting questions, but I'm not gonna ask anything that's gonna strike a nerve or ask you about your personal life. But yeah, it's basically freedom of speech, freedom of self expression, and it's just a normal conversation.
Um, can you see my elf on the shelf?
Oh, you mean the red thing?
Yeah,
That's pretty nice.
thank you. These are some of my paintings. I'll
Well,
play you a song on my guitar.
if you want, I do have a couple questions for you off the show. But on the first question I was gonna ask you is, who influenced you to become an artist? How did you become tongue tied? How did, if I can get the words out? And that's what
How
I'm
did I
talking.
become an artist?
Yeah, yes, it was my word and disability. It's kind of like that.
That's okay. I have plenty of issues. Everybody's got problems, you know? I mean, the human mind is so diverse that it's really impossible to hang a sign on anything, you know? You can call something whatever you want, but it's all just people.
Yeah,
People are different.
absolutely. Now, for the pictures, I was gonna ask you is, who influenced you to become an artist? What are your favorite works? And did you paint everything behind you?
Yeah, I did. Well, some of my favorite artists are Van Gogh, Salvador Dali. I'm really, I've been heavily influenced by the Surrealist and the Post-Impressionist movement. Um, as far as musicians, the Beatles changed my life. Sid Barrett, who was the original guitarist for Pink Floyd, I consider him like almost a muse for me. But a lot of those early leaders of the rock and roll and the psychedelic movement, I guess, in music were really big influences on my uh, musical and my musical career. I can't even call it that. I mean, I have no career. I mean, I work at Dollar Tree. I'm a cashier. you know, I'm a college student and a cashier. These are all just hobbies. I'm not trying to tout myself as anything special.
Yeah, I won't mention the name of the store I work in, but I am also a cashier. But like I said, that's not my career. I was ringing up a bunch of college girls and or guys or whatever. I think it was a bunch of girls. And it's like, oh, what college you going to? Oh, I'm going to Buffalo. I'm going to Potsdam. And it's like, yeah, I never wanted to. I wanted to, but I never got a chance. So I jumped into my career, and they just looked at me. It's like by far, not by any stretch of the imagination, this is not my career. Ringing people up, have a nice day, or you just saved 18 cents. No, I'm not doing that.
No.
I'm just doing that to pay off my credit cards. So once I pay off my credit cards, I can actually be interviewed in person. Now, if everyone wants to go to my website, to KeithAndrewNetWork.com, there's a list and the people who I interviewed, season 1, 2, and 3. There's also a section of if you're into professional wrestling. I interviewed a bunch of wrestlers, WWE, WCW, ECW, TNA. There's a section of people who I recommend. There's a section where it says go. It's the first bar that you see. You go underneath it. It says people who support my show, and you go to season 1, season 2. I have all the men and women who I interviewed, and I have their endorsement speech. And then there's another section on the website where it says people who interviewed me. I was interviewed by Mark Melney of the Raiden Circle. He's in New York City. I was interviewed by L.A. Cooper from Talking Out Loud. I was interviewed by Bay Ragby, former ECW professional wrestler on Total Driven Radio. And I'm like, that's great, but I want to be interviewed in person. I want to take it to the next step. And this computer, I really needed a computer because I made the everyone crash. Not saying that's a talent of mine, but I don't know. So I needed a new computer, so that was like $1,000. So I'm working in the store paying it off. But once I get it paid off, I'm gonna start traveling to the city and being interviewed because I interviewed a couple co-hosts of their own talk shows who's like, yeah, we would love to have you on the show. When you want to come down to the city? And like, hey, can you come down tomorrow? And I'm like, I would, but I can't. Now, especially with the winter coming up, I was in a horrible car accident, and I'm still shell shocked. So I already told my parents, and I'm gonna tell the job. Once the snow's on the ground, I don't give a shit. Well, you fire me, you don't fire me. I am not working in the snow. Okay, if the snow's on the ground and it's fine outside, okay. But if it's like a blizzard or anything, ain't doing it. I was in 2 car accidents. One was in the 90s. We were visiting my grandparents. We had to get a black ice. Car span around, and we were landing on a interstate sign. That's when we had the Dodge Caravan. It was a nice car, but I sucked in the winter because it didn't have 4-wheel drive. That was my
Yeah,
first.
was it front or back wheel drive?
I think it was front. And the second time, it's when I was in high school, actually, when I was in my freshman year. Unfortunately, I remember it like it was yesterday. It was March 2006, 2003. Day before, and I don't mean to bitch to you, I apologize.
No, no.
The day before.
Please do.
Oh, the day before. The day before, it was a Wednesday. Me and my mom always went to Kmart. Yeah, it's like we used to spend hours there, and that's how she used to spend hours with me, spend time with me. And the next day I said, could we go back tomorrow, Thursday? Can we go back tomorrow and, we'll return? Do you have to return something? Or I didn't get it today, I can get it tomorrow. No problem. Woke up, overslept for school. And it's like, shit, I overslept for a bus. And it's, whatever, it's one day. something told me to go on the website. And I went on the website and said school was closed. I went, okay, that's fine, school's closed. And it says due to snow, and I'm looking outside, it's freaking, the sun's out, the sky's bright blue, and it's like snow. Were you guys smoking something? And not even an hour or a half hour to an hour went by. It completely was complete whiteout.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay. And I was getting this anxious feeling like I was anticipating like something was going to happen. I was waiting for something. And I
Your
went back.
spidey senses started going off.
Kind of. And I went back in my mom's room before the snow started. It was school came out later. He said, okay. Once the snow started, like someone flipped the switch. And I said, you know what? I don't want to do anything today. I have a bad feeling. But just stay home and that's it. Okay. And there's a lot of other personal things that happened that day. But she's like, you've been nagging me all day, all morning. We were going to Kmart, and she left. And my brother says, anything happens to your mother, I'm going to hold you responsible. So he made me go in the car with her. And we had problems getting the driveway. The cars were swerving back and forth on the snow. Got to the stop sign. Car slid forward. And it sounded like a fart, so I started to if I was funny. But that should have been a sign right there saying, don't go forward, you're going to regret it. I don't know if you know where American Legions is, a country convenience store.
Yeah.
So we went down that road, stopped at the
Oh,
side.
that whole strip of road is dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. And we made the left turn on home past the country, going this way. And the next thing I know, things were fine, and I just remember saying, Mom, and that's when the car went to the side. I blacked out. Everything around me just got black, and my airbag hit me in the face, and I remember my glasses was like this, and I remember adjusting my glasses, but my hands felt heavy. But at the same time, we were spinning through the air. At the same time as I was able to adjust the glasses, right in the middle of the road, it was just a car, and her airbag deployed after the fact. And my stupid thing was I wanted to get out of the car as fast as possible, so I took off the seatbelt and I dropped to the other side. So I used her seat to jump to my seat, and I was pushing the door open. The guy jumped on the roof, whipped the door open. Yeah, I remember this. He grabbed me by my neck and he pulled me out. I was 15 at the time. And so he pulled me out by my neck. I remember just sitting there on the frame of the door, just saying, and it's uncensored. You say whatever you want. I was sitting there saying, "What the fuck just happened?" I was just taking it all in, and I jumped. Next thing you know, I'm knocking my glasses off. I couldn't see anything. I was staring at the bottom of the car, and I started to walk away, and the guy said, "Where are you gonna go?" And I live up the road. I'm just gonna go get my brother. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna go lay down. No, don't. You're just in an accident. You're not going anywhere. So I couldn't see anything, so I asked him to call my house, my home, and that's why I hate winter. Make a long story short.
Is your mom okay?
No, she was banged up. She sits pretty close to the steering wheel, so when the airbag hit her, it looked like someone really beat her up.
Alright, well, I'm happy that everybody came out okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's the perfect example of why I'm so paranoid when it comes to the winter. If I don't have to leave the house for any reason, and my dad has the Jeeps, and I hate my sister's car. She picked a horrible car. She has one of her on the Nissan Versa or whatever, and it's not four-wheel drive. And I said to her, under no circumstances will I ever get into your car. But my dad's car. He has two Jeeps. I go anywhere in those cars. but a normal car, not after the accident. And that's why I said I came up with schedule saying I work anytime in the morning up to 6:30 at night. If you don't like it, hey, let me go and I go find something else. But I'm very paranoid when it comes to the winter. Now people say, hey, it's very dramatic, but it's been over 10 years. But you have to get over it. But still, it's really hard to get over something like that.
Yeah, I mean, some people are just more sensitive to things like that, and if I mean, I'm trying to think of something I could compare it to. Well, I'm sure that I have things that I'm paranoid of too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Now,
understand.
going to a happier.
I like all the seasons though. I think all the seasons are wonderful.
No, absolutely.
Like the fall. I love the fall. I love apple picking and going for hikes, and winter's wonderful. I love sledding.
It's fun to look at from a distance, but after a while, remember that bad winter we had about, what was it? It wasn't a.
1995?
Oh, that too. That was a good. That was the first one. Then it was in '97. It was another one. But most
Yeah,
recently,
I remember we had like 6 feet of snow on the ground, and that was a good one. I like couldn't open my door. My sister was just born.
now the next question I was gonna ask you, looking at the painting behind you, did you make that? That's really nice.
Which one?
That one.
The self-portrait?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, all these paintings are mine.
Out of all of them, what is your favorite?
Um. Oh, I don't know. I don't really have one. I don't think I really like any of them. I mean, I did one over there of my cat, and that's really nice. I'm very attached to my cat. My cat was shot in the tail by my neighbor when I first came home, and I don't know. Everybody kind of blew it off, and nobody wanted to take him to the vet. So I like stayed with him like night and day, and like I treated his tail with like antibiotics, and I don't know. We've had like this kind of special connection ever since. So very attached to my cat. His name is Boots. And then one night I had a dream where I heard a voice telling me that I should call him Christopher because I had shown him like Christ's love. I don't know. I'm a Christian. So now I call him Boots Christopher.
Did you make that picture right behind you? It's the black and kind of reddish underneath the cross.
This one?
Yeah, did you do that one?
Yeah. That's a silhouette of trees and a church's spire.
Oh, that's really nice.
Thank you.
Well, like I said, after the show, I do have a couple ideas for you. And I think this would be beneficial for you too. Just help you get your artwork out there.
Perhaps. I haven't actually picked up a paintbrush in months. Like I said, I've been in a little bit of a rut.
Well,
Haven't really been playing guitar, and I haven't been painting or drawing. I haven't really been reading.
well, you should.
I know. I should. But for like the past year, before like December for the past year, like that was all I was doing was just drawing all the time and playing guitar all the time. So maybe I'm just a little bit burnt out right now.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you get back into it.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw a picture you had, and I commented on it. Said we have a similar cat, and I do want to show you something. I thought it was very funny. No, Mr. Kitty, I have to borrow you for a minute. You can go back to sleep in a couple minutes, okay? We gotta say hello to a friend. I was looking at your picture and say, hey, we have the same similar cat.
Oh well, I love cats. Some people are dog people, but I just absolutely adore cats.
His
Hi,
name,
what's
his
his name is what?
I'm sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead. What's his name?
His name's Mr. Molly.
Oh, hello, Mr. Molly. That's kind of like a girl's name.
Well, funny story about that. Okay, Mr. Kitty, I have feedback. Thank you. I love you very much. All my cats, I'm the youngest out of 4 brothers and 1 sister. And every time someone left, we replaced them. My parents would replace them with a cat. And we got, each of them have their own really stories. Mr. Molly was bought outside ShopRite. He was the only one that had the dot on him. And because they said if he has to dot, he's a female out of the other ones. So
No.
no.
He was the male?
Yep. So a funny story. We took him to the vet, and what was it? Don't remember his name, but actually I do remember his name, but I can't say it. But he's a vet in Monroe, and he said, "Oh, you here to pick up Mars?" I was like, "No, we're here to get Molly." Yeah, Mars. Who the hell was Mars? And he picked up Molly, and he showed us Molly's wang wang, and it's like, oh, so he's not a female. He's a male cat. So yeah.
Right.
But I was the not one who named Molly. There's a wrestler at the time in 2001 named Molly Holly. So we needed a girl's name, so we just picked a Molly.
Oh, Molly was a female wrestler?
Yeah.
You like female wrestlers, I suppose.
I do. If you look beyond me, I do have a couple posters of autographs I recently got over the past couple of months. I got from Marlena Perez, Velvet Sky, An Empty Frame, that's a long story behind that, and Ashley. But yeah, I'm into the whole wrestling thing. Now, the next...
What about Andy Kaufman? Andy Kaufman is the intergender wrestling champion of the world.
I'm not into not into the whole intergender thing.
Oh, well, I mean, he's dead now. He died of lung cancer, but he wrestled, what's his name? The King. Who's the King?
Jerry the King Lawler?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, he wasn't really a wrestler, Andy Kaufman. He was a comedian, and he thought it would be funny to wrestle women. So, Jerry Lawler wrestled him and, nearly broke his neck. You don't know about all this?
Yeah, that was in the movie Man on the Moon.
Yeah. You know that movie? Well, Andy Kaufman, yeah. I'm a big Andy Kaufman fan. Before they came out with Man on the Moon. I just want to get that out there. I love Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, he's
another one of my muses.
He was really great in Taxi.
Yeah, he was a funny guy. Poor Andy. I was such a card in high school, let me tell ya. But look at the time. It really is getting late.
Alright, well, wrapping up, do you have anything you want to say to your fans and listeners?
My fans? No, just that I'm really, really hungry and I have to get ready for work.